This is Chicago. Doors open on the left at Chicago.
Welcome to Chicago. Welcome to Chicago. Welcome to Chicago.
This is Chicago. Doors open on the left at Chicago.
Welcome to Chicago.
Welcome to Chicago. We are live from Output Lounge, 1758 West Grand Avenue, Grand and Wood in Chicago. And we are celebrating a Bears victory. We're a smackdown, like The Rock would say.
They laid the smackdown tonight.
Lay the smack it down. Let's do this, bro. Man, we look good. Yeah. Caleb looked good. Almost 300 yards from Caleb, which I said it had to happen. 19 for 28, 298, 4 tutties.
4 tutties. And there was still some throws that he would like back. But to be honest with you, again, you were looking for progress in the pocket. What was he doing? He was making progress. He was making throws from the pocket, making throws in structure. And then, again, when he had to go ahead and make a play, he made plays. Like, there's some of those throws that he made were fucking believable, man.
He looked really good. And I know that flea flicker, I yelled out, "Oh, no!" And they're like, "Oh, yeah! Let's go."
Yeah, well, I mean, obviously, he's got to get that ball down. Like, it was – I think Swift panicked a little bit and put the ball a little too high. But regardless – they got the touchdown. Luther Burden with a huge day today, over 100 yards.
Yes.
Luther was killing it.
Yeah, Luther ended up with that's the Dallas. Yep. Luther ended up with 3 for 101. Rome with 3 catches for 62. He spread the route long, so which is great because the defense has nowhere to focus on. Swift with 3 for 45. Costa Lovett had that one at the beginning for 31. I would love to see him get more touches. Yeah. But I will take this victory the way it is. OZ 3 for 24. That's great. That is your 4th wide receiver getting 3 touches. You have
first down touches too.
Yes, exactly. Possession touches.
Correct.
DJ Moore for 4 for 21 with a touchdown. Cole Kmet 1 for 10, and then Manungai 1 for 4. So you had touchdowns by Burden, Adunze, and DJ Moore. And then the defense was flying around.
Yeah,
flying.
I don't know what happened throughout this week, but Dennis Allen must have lit a fire underneath that defense because whatever they saw on film had to be atrocious.
Yes,
had to be, and it was because we all saw it. I don't know what happened to that defense, but they woke up. What did we say early in the pregame? How were the Bears going to stay in this game? Running the ball
and stop the ball,
and they did just that. I think Williams had
let's pull that up.
100 yards for sure.
Williams 10 for 76.
And I was believing 75 yards are under. Well, I said that yesterday. 75 yards are under for Geronte Williams is where you want to keep him if you want to stay in this game. And the Bears did just that. A lot of those yards, he did have. There's still a lot of chunk plays on the ground, which I think need to be cleaned up. But for what they did today after the debacle last week, it's impressive. They allowed 14 points. 2 interceptions in the red zone, in the end zone.
Yeah,
and then you had another set of 2 interceptions from Edmonds. Or one of them for Edmonds was in the end zone.
Yeah.
But you had 2 more picks. The Bears defense was flying around, like you said. They had an attitude, something that we didn't see in the first. Well, we saw part of that first game, but we haven't seen in 5 quarters.
It looked like the old Bears defense where they were flying around. And it didn't really matter with the name on the back of the jersey because everyone was putting in effort. I know we were criticizing a couple of the plays where they were behind, but they bent and didn't break. Again, 2 interceptions from Dak, 1 from Joe Milton. There was that punch out in the first quarter.
Stevenson has with the strip. He just took it away from him.
Right.
And that changed. I mean, honestly, I think that set the Bears.
That set the bar.
The momentum started going after that. You get the first touchdown. After that, rough first possession, the Bears were 3 and out again, and it didn't look good. And then the Cowboys came, were running the ball on that first drive. They're running it well, and then as soon as he gets stripped, it just seemed like the whole momentum for that Cowboys team deflated.
It looked like they had no idea what hit them in the mouth. And again, we came out there with that fire from Dennis Allen, who said, "We are not going to get embarrassed again. They're a high-powered offense." And it just so happened that CeeDee Lamb, I would keep saying CeeDee's, like the pizza place. CeeDee Lamb goes out with an ankle injury. Someone rolled up on his ankle. Unintentional. It was unintentional.
It was Noah Sewell that rolled him up. It was like you said, there was he was stiff-arming him. He had his hand on his face. It looked like a face mask on offense, to be honest with you.
Right.
But as Noah Sewell was going down, CD was going down with him, and like you said, incidental roll up, but it took CD out of the game.
Yeah, he tried to get it taped up and try to come back, and he came out on that play, ran to the left side of the hash mark of the touchdown pylon, and was like, "Nope, I am done."
He tried to push it. He looked all right when he was going in motion, and then as soon as he tried to cut up field, that was it.
It was
just too much pressure on that ankle.
Yeah, so Tremaine Edmonds with 2 interceptions, Byard with
he
1.
He needed.
He did.
You heard me. I've been talking about him being replaced, especially the way Noah Sewell's been playing. If TJ Edwards comes back, I still would consider it, but a big game from him, huge. When he was Johnny on the spot when we needed him, 2 picks.
6 tackles, 10 assists.
Mm-hmm.
It was the Tremaine Edmonds game.
Well, for him, probably his best game as a Bear. I would say.
Right.
That.
Yeah. So I mean, again, everybody was pitching in. Nick McLeod, who?
Yeah. Nick McLeod,
Who?
this guy,
5 tackles.
Yeah, he's a veteran guy that had to step in when because obviously we have injuries, and he did his job. He got beat a couple times, but nonetheless, like. When his number was called, the majority of the time he was doing his job. And like I said, you could say that for the entire defense. They just did their job today, and they did it well. They had an attitude, they had an edge, and they beat them. They
beat the dog, out of them. Dude, I know we were very optimistic, but at the same time, kind of negative, saying because of the outcomes we had seen. Mm-hmm. And we were like, you know what? We picked against the Bears. Because we were like, they have to show us something for us to have that confidence in them.
Evans gets a game ball in the locker room.
I would hope so.
Yeah,
I would hope. I mean, is there more than one game ball? Because I think
they could.
I think Caleb earned the other one.
Sometimes they do that. Yeah. It is what it is.
You want to do one offense, one defense. Tremaine Edmonds on defense, and I would say Caleb on offense because he controlled the pace of the game. He didn't make mistakes. He rolled out of the pocket. He stepped up in the pocket. He took different angles to throw to the accurate passes. There was far and few between passes that were underthrown or whatever. There was a couple of passes where he just threw at someone's feet, and it was like, okay, whatever. I'd rather take that than a turnover. But again, a great victory for the Bears here. What do we got? Is Ivan smoking on air again? No, he's not.
Not today.
It is not legal to smoke inside a building of a bar. So not today.
No, he said that because some jamoke back in the day scolded me for like, oh, Ivan's so unprofessional smoking on the screen. I'm like, just kiss my ass, man. Kiss my ass. So Itchy laughed at that. We both had a good laugh at that. Like, who the hell gives a crap if I'm smoking or not?
Yeah, man. Mind your business. Mind your business.
Mind your business.
Mind your business. 31-14 Bears victory formation. This feels good, man.
It does. Like I said, it gives you hope moving forward. We have one more game before the bye against Las Vegas next week.
Yep.
And then I think,
I think home field advantage on that point because half of Chicago is going to Vegas.
Right. The entire city's going to Vegas. And Vegas, is a big tourist spot. I would expect there to be a somewhat of a maybe an even crowd. I don't know. The Raiders fans travel too. So we'll see what happens. But again, if you are able to leave this month after the first 2 games, 2-2, going into the bye, I think having that time to adjust, understand, what works, what doesn't, is huge moving forward.
It's huge. It's so huge.
You get it early with a young team and a new head coach, and then let's see how the Bears are after that Week 5 bye.
I can't wait because, like you're saying, if we end up 2-2 with a bye, giving Ben Johnson time to correct all these mistakes that have been happening during the first 2 games and during practice, and now that the fire's been lit under the defense that was flying around today, look out. Mm-hmm. Look out. Yeah. Now we're a dangerous team.
Well, I would hope so. Again, I would say one step at a time. You had, Minnesota won today. The Packers lost.
Minnesota played a banged-up Bengals team with no quarterback.
But you got to win the game.
You got to play the teams in front of you. Yeah.
But regardless, you got to win the game. There's still a shot for this team, but you cannot have these games where it's like you don't show up, right? Where you have these mistakes, and then they compound, and then everybody's making mistakes, and it seems like you're always under the gun. You have to get ahead of the curve before halftime. Like these slow starts. Like again, if it wasn't for Tyreek, you were gonna have another slow start.
I mean, they ended up okay. I know they scored right after that, but still, let's say they don't score. It's still 7-3. That's a win of a quarter. You have to win each quarter. We lost the second quarter, 11-10. We won the third quarter, and no one scored in the fourth quarter because it was back and forth.
Mm-hmm.
I'll take that any day. I mean, it would have been 21-14. 24-14. I still take that as a win. I just really see that Ben has a little bit more confidence in Caleb. He opened up the playbook.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah.
There was end arounds. There was 2 end arounds and 1 flea flicker, and they caught them off guard, and it worked. You had Swift, who was able to run.
Swift ran well.
The second half was better than the first half.
There still needs to be there's still trouble.
We don't have a bruiser, right? We don't have
when we needed him later in the game, he made some plays. Yeah, I don't know how much that's attributed to the fatigue of the Dallas defense, but it seemed like they started getting things going on the run game when Theo Benedict came in. Like they went right away to Benedict when he came in for Daniel Wright, and they pushed the ball like 6-7 yards or whatever it was. I'm still thinking that there's going to be personnel change coming soon, even after this victory, because again, there's little things that are just you can't ignore, because if you ignore it, it's going to fester and it's going to magnify, and then all of a sudden you're behind the 8 ball. You have to be able to nip this shit in the bud right now. Nip it in the bud right now. So,
I do like the balance, but at the same time, I still want to run the ball a little bit more with our running backs. If we look at our running backs, 19 carries in total for 57 yards. Not enough.
Not enough.
If you're going to play Baltimore, not enough.
Not enough.
You're playing, Cleveland or Cincinnati, not enough.
Right.
So, and I get it. They were banged up.
Cincinnati, I don't know how long.
Their defense is okay.
Yeah.
It's just their offense is just horrible right now without their quarterback. There was no revenge game. It was revenge. No, it was Caleb's revenge. It was Caleb's revenge.
Caleb's revenge. That's what it ended up being.
We got to make a Nintendo game that says Caleb's revenge.
With Uber Flus in the background.
Yeah, all scared and behind the castle. Yeah, that'd be great.
Again, like I said, the Bears need to come in here, not focus on fucking Matt Eberflus.
No,
because he's not your head. He's not in the building. It is what it is. Last year, you're a new team. This is your team. Focus on the Bears. Focus on your job, and that's what they did today. And they put an ass whooping to the Cowboys.
They sure did. Right them home.
I like to say it's crazy. It's crazy to say because I was expecting the defense, to be quite honest with you, to still struggle. I was not expecting them to come out like that. But hey, I'm happy for it. I'll be happy to be wrong if it leads to a victory.
The thunderstorm held off.
Right, thunderstorm.
Yeah, we had thunderstorms in the forecast. They held off. And let me just say this out loud. Chicago is a better city when the Bears win. It is so much easier to go to work on a Monday when the Bears win.
Oh, yeah.
Everyone has got a pep to their staff. No one's complaining about Monday. Oh, the Bears won yesterday. I'm excited. I'm happy. So now we got to look forward to next week, another 325 game, another national game against the Raiders. Half of Chicago is taking over Las Vegas. I mean, there's 2 places that I know for a fact that Chicago travels very well. One is Las Vegas. The other one is Nashville. And I went to the Bears Nashville game where the Titans, where we outdrank the whole entire city. What I mean by that, there was no beer on any tap. No taps. They were like, oh, we got bottles and cans. We ran out of tap. Well, that's Chicago for you.
You guys drain the kegs, dude.
We're here to drink Coors Light and fuck some shit up.
Drain the kegs, man. That's what we do. Drain the kegs.
What the rate? Let's see. Did the Raiders play today?
Yeah, the Raiders lost against the Commanders. Ironically, we play after the bye week, which, to be honest with you,
actually might be the best thing for us.
It is the best. I was going to make that point. You get that rest. You get psychologically, you get prepared because of what happened last year, right? More than half this team is there last year. I know Tyreek Stevenson knows.
Oh.
I know Caleb knows what happened.
It better be the Stevenson game.
And they need to be ready for that because that's going to be another major test. I know the first 2 games lose the divisional, opponents. It's tough, but now after this victory, let's see if we can get a victory against Las Vegas going into the bye week. And then, make your adjustments and get ready for Washington, because that's going to be another big test for you and in this offense and for Ben Johnson, Caleb Williams.
I think Geno Smith presents a huge problem for us. He went 19 for 29, 289, 3 touchdowns.
Well, if he has a clean pocket, then yeah, Geno can do some things. Again, today we had pressure on the quarterback. We were getting to him. We got some sacks. I think 4 sacks or whatever it was.
Yeah.
You need to be able to do that to Geno because, again, they're going to, with Genty, with a running game, they do have some weapons. They can put up some points too. So, again, you're going to have to be able to get pressure on the quarterback and stop Ashton Genty. And I think the Bears will be,
if they use the same
good
formula that they use today. I mean, not like word for word, but the same formula. Stop the run and run the ball.
Mhm.
Like you said in the pregame. Those are the pillars of what is going to create a win, which means that the offensive line and the defensive line is doing their job. That's what you're saying.
Yeah, that's what
You're putting pressure on the quarterback, and you're able to put, clean pocket for our quarterback.
Right. And look what happens when Caleb has a clean pocket.
Oh my God,
He's
he looked
hitting
great.
his feet. He's hitting players in stride. Couple throws that were bad, he was kind of off balance, but then he made some off balance throws that were just like, how did you make that pass, bro? How did you get it to him?
Yeah.
But yeah, again, that's the formula right now. And Ben Johnson, to be honest with you, I think he is in that same mindset. Running the football needs to be a point of emphasis for this team.
Yes. 50, 60 yards is not going to be enough in the NFL against the rest of the season that we're playing, the Raiders, the Commanders, the Saints. We got the Ravens, the Bengals, the Giants, they're playing today against Patrick Mahomes.
Mm-hmm.
And I gave you a bet earlier that was sent over by one of my guys, and I didn't make the full parlay. I did a partial parlay on both sides of it. You took one team, and we won a little bit of money. But if we wouldn't have done all three and the Giants win, we would have won a couple grand.
Yeah, it'd have been nice. But let's see if the Giants. Yeah, it is what it is. It is what it is. You know what? You win some, you lose some. So.
You win some, you lose some. Damn. So, any keys or any things you want to wrap up before we jump off?
No, I guess one thing, just now that you've gotten your first win underneath your belt, do not be complacent. I know it's one game. Do not be. You need to keep this same type of edge and energy moving forward. Like, we cannot have a regression. You know what I'm saying? Like, after the first 2 games, you're winning that first game. You probably should have won it.
Yes.
After that second game, there's no excuse. You can't have these setbacks time and time again throughout the season. Otherwise, there's other issues that are going to need to be addressed.
Again, this is all building blocks. This is one Lego at a time to create your masterpiece. And we're going in the right direction. We expected the worst today, and we come out with a really good win where we feel good about the offense. We feel real good about the defense. Special teams was in we had kicks that went out of bounds at the 5. Mm-hmm. The kicker made his kicks. I think in all facets of the game, everyone got an A. If you were to grade all 3 facets, even the coach, I would say 4 A's across the board.
Yeah. All right.
You're being a hard grader?
No, I'd say it'd be. I don't want to give letter grades. I'll say that they played a complete game.
Yes, they played it very much
complete game today, and that's what they needed. They should be 2-1 because that's what they needed on Monday night 2 weeks ago.
Yeah,
that's what they got today.
Yeah,
they needed a complete game. It's the first time I've seen this team play a complete game. I mean, it's under Ben Johnson 3 games in, but it's been a long time since I've seen that.
Yeah, I completely agree with you. Again, and we said it prior and during the half and during pregame. It's his rookie year. He's going to make mistakes, but being a coach that was in Detroit, who dealt with adjusting to a quarterback that he just got, and so forth and so forth. I don't even know what that was. We're live on TikTok, we're on Twitch, on Facebook, on Instagram, and YouTube. A lot of stuff is going on. I can't read that small writing. So there's a lot of stuff going on. But I really think that Ben Johnson's adjusting week to week. Caleb is progressing week to week. Dennis Allen took it personal last week when they scored 50 points on his defense because he was doing nothing but man. Switched it up where there was some zone defense, some zone blitzes, and was like, oh no, these guys can do what I'm asking them to do, as we've seen it today. And I think if they continue with the growth, whether it's incremental in a positive format, I think the Bears can be a decent team. Am I saying Super Bowl? No. Am I saying playoffs? Nah, I mean, a chip in a chair. You never know. We stay healthy. Maybe a wild card. Am I expecting that? No way.
Yeah,
7-8 wins.
Yeah, at this point, I'm shooting for 500 team.
Yeah, okay.
Or just over a 500 team, or just under a 500 team, somewhere around there. Just because, you know, what you saw the last 2 weeks. I mean, that happened. So again, I'm happy about the win today. It's like looking great. This team looked fantastic today. I'm still going to hold, some reservation because of how young, how new everything is. They had a couple of bad losses in the past 2 weeks. So I'll still be skeptical until I see some consistency through a 3-game win streak, a 4-game win streak.
Oh, I like those.
Or you have, where they lose a game, but they're in it the whole time, and something like that. But I need to see that consistency before I go ahead and say this team's going to go ahead and make some noise moving forward.
It feels good. Like I feel like my anxiety is gone. I'm relaxed. I'm super chill now with the Bears victory. I think this means more to me right now than like a Cubs or White Sox victory. And I know I'm White Sox, but I still want the Cubs to do well. Stay at 93. No over 93 because I got that bet. But we will be live tomorrow, 7:30 Central. We will talk Bears, Cubs, White Sox. We'll start talking about the Bulls a little bit. Again, it'll be a fun time. I know Ivan has another show at 8 o'clock.
Yeah, the Big Steve Edwards was on in the pregame with us. He's got a show, The Bear Down with Big Steve, on the Tape Never Lies Network. We will be there. I think it's we start 8:30.
Oh yeah,
8:30.
Yeah. So we can, I'm hoping we can get our show done in time for you to get off. So everybody, thank you for tuning in. Thank you for watching. We love you. Bear down, and until then, be good to each other for the love of sports.